and this is, I'm actually at fault on this. I can't believe I'm just admitting that. If he does something nice, if he goes and buys me flowers or something, I won't say thank you. Not because I don't appreciate it, it's because I don't need flowers. I need him to appreciate what I am doing. It could be something small. I don't need gifts. I don't need flowers and chocolates and such.
Does he understand? But that's the thing. He needs to understand that you're not okay.
So sometimes I just need that. Thank you for putting my clothes away.
Yeah.
Or thank you for just ironing my clothes and making the house look nice. Or thank you for, you've come back from work and now you've got the dinner ready. Thank you for doing that. That's it.
Just a little thing.
Just a little thing.
It's the little things that
Which is
matter.
when he does it, when he goes and gets a box of chocolates or something, I won't say it because I see that he needs to appreciate me in order for me to appreciate him. And I know it's a two-way thing.
But do you know what would stop World War III from happening? If you said, "Hun, do you know that I actually appreciate more when you say thank you for the things I do rather than all these gifts?"
Yeah.
It might seem like it's not that you're going to say instantly when he's handing you the gift, so he's standing there like but it'll be in conversation. You'll be like, "I loved what you gave me." However, what I appreciate more, my love language, back to the love language thing, is when you say thank you.
But on that point, why am I expected to know his moods, his way of doing things or understanding him when he doesn't want to understand me? I'm talking about in a relationship.
The onus to know is on both sides.
It's a two-way thing, and I guess this is why we're having this conversation of men are from Mars. But you were going to say something, Kelvin.
I was going to say the reason why. I mean, I agree with what you're saying, Tope, and also Saba. I also believe that the reason why we get into a state of complacency in both ways, both men and women, is a fact of stress. We're dealing with stress internally. In fact, the average man who turns 50, his level of testosterone drops compared to when he was 25 or 27. And it's one of the biggest contributors to that is the marriage. Because there's stress in a home and there's stress outside. So we just leave me be. And then we don't want to hunt no more. We don't want to, and sometimes we get distracted by things outside. We see, oh, all right, what was that? What's that? Window shopping. We call it window shopping. We're looking outside and say, oh, she just passed by. Who's that lady? Oh, it's not that I don't love my wife. No, because somebody just caught my attention. And what happens in my own mind is the chemical in my brain secretes dopamine. Comes more when I see new things.
I need to go back to school, child.
Come on now.
Yeah, the way you said I'm back to school.
Talk about new things. This is why we go on vacations. This is why we buy new cars. Because we want that newness of life, newness of energy. So I believe the reason why we get complete is because we're staying in the same zone that is keeping us stressed. And if you can look at your husband and say, I want to connect with you, apart from the gifts, because I see something in you. Because if we can speak the words right into the man, and the man can speak the new words right into the woman, we can create that level where we reduce more testosterone in the man, stress goes down.
I don't know if you
More
agree with me on
oxytocin in
this,
the
Kelvin.
woman,
Stress goes down.
I just real quick, I don't know if you agree with this point. Even from when you were a young lad, it started from your mother. When she would, before you went out, she would tell you what she saw you to be. Like she spoke life, like you're the brightest lad, and you're the this, you're the most handsome, you're the most this, and you went out there and you didn't care what anybody else said.
Yes,
because my mother said that.
I think my own relationship with my wife, it got to a point. I say the first year is always hard. I mean, it carried on for 2-3 years, really hard. Coming from a different culture, it's not hard to go on a divorce. But
Did I say first year? I think the first 7-10 years was hard. Who told you that? The first year is honeymoon, child. Hello.
We're missing something in the line of communication, and that was a very big issue. I read something somewhere that says our lives would be a lot better if we went into agreements with people rather than just having expectations. I expect that you massage my back every Friday. I expect that before you jump with me, you give me some sweet, soothing chats and all the lines. And so we have imaginary expectations that we expect from the other party.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is, sorry to cut in, I think that a lot of it is unset expectations. So people come into relationships with all these expectations. So I have the expectation that he will be a present father, or I have the expectation that he'll be a present husband. And actually, we've never said our expectations out loud. So there's an expectation. One of the expectations that we had in our marriage, my husband had of me, was that I would be a domesticated woman. And I was like, well, I ain't like that. So what are we going to do? You know, but then when we get to that place of what are we going to do, what works best for each person will be different. So for us, we accept that I'm not always going to be the cleaning every 5 minutes kind of person.
Who's got time for that?
Well, some people do, and some people actually enjoy it. So they enjoy house chores. For me, that's not my thing. I love cooking. I can spend hours on end in the kitchen, but that's my thing. And it's that, if you understand that about me, and then I understand that about you, that, you know what, your expectation of me is this, but I can't meet that particular expectation. Instead, what we can do, our middle ground, if it's cleaning, for example, is we'll get a cleaner. That's the that third language that we're now talking about. And I know some people don't like that. Some people are like, no, I don't want anyone to come and take my position. I'm just like, why sweat what you can pay for? Why?
I totally, I'm right off in your street.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you had an agreement, didn't you? So me and my wife, we had to literally spell it out. Let's agree. So we've got a piece of paper and wrote, I agree to do this. I agree this is what you like. I agree this is what I like. This is what I enjoy. And then we both signed it. And our lives changed from that moment. Even every client that I coach now, I say to them, look, before I work with you, let's have a chat about agreement. I don't have an expectation that you show up on time, that you show up with your energy, commitment, discipline. No. Let's agree that every meeting you come in with a level of agreement, level of
expectation. You understand what you're coming from.
You're showing up 100%. You're committed. You're disciplined. You take action beyond what we discussed here. Same in relationship.
I think it goes back to expectation. When I got married, I married into a fantasy world. It was a fantasy world. It's not reality.
I'm sorry to cut you short. I think that's you're speaking for a lot of
all of us.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
I think people need to start having a serious conversation. And you cannot envision every situation that you will face in life.
Absolutely.
You can't do it, and you don't know how you will react to a situation. But there needs to be certain basic guidelines.
Yes.
For me, it's like, okay, me and you is together. We're walking on the same path. We have the same objectives. Whatever comes, we need to face it together. Now, wherever that might be, it could be anything, it could be anything, absolutely anything. But the line of communication is start from internal. So we need to discuss something. We need to work together at it. And whatever happens, we have to work as a team.
As a team. And
that is the main thing. You cannot envision everything that will happen in your life.
Yeah. So, I recently heard a gentleman say very recently, said, regardless of the argument that he does have with his wife, one thing that is clear to him is that her intentions are always good and pure. And that keeps him grounded. It makes him feel and believe that she's not trying to come for me.
Yeah, but this is it though, because when you're in a relationship, it's not by expectation. You know that what I am doing, I'm not doing it to get him, or in an ill way. So don't take it in a negative way.
Which is absolutely don't. But then again, I guess it takes a lot.
It's
understanding.
Yeah.
So that means when he does things, instead of you thinking, what planet is this guy from? You see
he's from Mars, clearly.
You see it as he's done intentionally doing it. So it's both ways. So before we both sides react based on reflex, if we could just take that couple of moments to think back to, like you said, the intentions, which should generally be pure and good, then we would then be able to maybe take a different course of action and not be so reactionary.
Do you know, I've got 5 points here because I was doing lots of research and I was like, okay, let's put aside all this gender stereotypes, right? What is it that we can, regardless of our gender, in a relationship can help us to work. And I'm not sure if you guys would agree. So I've got the don't give unsolicited advice. I don't know if you guys agree. I don't know what that means in a typical relationship. It's the listening ears, right? I just want you to listen. I don't want you to give solution. Just listen and pay attention to my needs. So regardless of whether or not you're a man or a woman, I think that applies. The other one is understand people need space sometime, and I think you said that. I just need a minute, but it's got to be communicated. Absolutely, man cave. That's no brainer. Listen to people when they talk, and then goes back to the first one. We just, listen and understand. And then I've got it's the little thing that counts. We talked about that briefly, and I like how everything we've talked about is kind of here. So it's like it's the little thing that I don't really need the flowers. I don't really. I mean, maybe sometimes yes, the gift, but I just want you to say thank you. I want you to appreciate. I want to feel appreciated. Affirm me that I'm doing a fantastic job. And the last one I think is mainly for the women, for the mental. When someone is upset, don't take their words literally. Try to understand the underlying issue. So when I tell you I'm okay, I'm actually not okay, but that's the best thing I can see at the moment. And I think if we're able to apply these things, maybe might help. I really think. Well, thank you so much, guys. This is one topic again that we could have gone the whole day talking about. Thank you so much, Tope, Saba, Bunmi, and Kelvin for coming. I hope you guys had a fantastic time. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. You just look very calm and collected over there. He's
got to figure it out.
Are we all still friends?
Yeah.
Very much so. Very much so. Thank you.
Clearly, we are not programmed at birth to behave a certain way based on our gender. Instead, we are trained throughout our lives to conform to our gender norms. Thanks for joining us in today's Christmas special episode. I hope you enjoyed every bit of today's conversation. Don't forget to connect with us on our social media platforms at Joe Maxwell Show or email us at info@joemaxwellshow.com. See you again same time next week. Happy holidays and have a merry Christmas and a fantastic New Year.